Hi everyone, I'm Squid and today is a quick look towards the next patch 14.5 and some of the item changes that will be coming through. So there are some major changes, reworks or even straight up removals of items in the next patch. TFT did release an article about these, so I will include this in the comments below if you want to read it for yourself. Now the values used in this video are based on this article, so if there are any changes before it goes live next week, please check the patch notes. And this video serves as a condensing of the information in that article, so let's get started with the new Spirit Visage. This is technically a new item, but it's a combination of Redemption and Anima Visage, as this item will kind of combine them both and will restore 2.5% of missing health per second, plus 10% durability. The aim of this is to be used on your main tank, along with other core tank items like Gargoyles, Dragon's Claw, Bramble Vest. With this, it does mean the removal of Anima Visage as an artifact, but as a standard item that is a Giant's Belt and a tier, this is going to be very strong. Category 5 and Runan's Hurricane is no more, but you can now look at having some AD stacking that can compare to the AP stacking of Arcane. So with Krakens Fury, the attacks will grant 3% stacking attack damage. This may not sound a lot, but after 10 attacks, that is a bonus of 30%. And if you are able to really optimize the attack speed of your champion, then they're going to deal so much damage. In this current set 14, the best champions to use this at the moment would be Vayne, Misfortune, Urgot, Zerion, and really any rapid fire champion. So Statikk Shiv is being moved to an artifact now, but has also been reworked. So in replacement is Void Staff, which is now the shred item and will deal 30% shred for 3 seconds on the target. This is not a stacking effect, but this item does provide more ability power than Statikk Shiv did, and it will be utilized best on Aurora, Twisted Fate, Ziggs, and Veigar. Now moving on to the items that are being reworked, and there is a significant change to Rageblade, as rather than being based on each attack, it increases the attack speed every second. Now I feel this is actually going to be a more impactful change than first thought, so keep an eye out for a longer video on this next week. This is slightly more than just a renaming, as the damage you get from damaging shields is no longer present, but instead, Striker's Flail is now based on critical hits and being able to stack up to 3 times, giving you that 15% damage amp plus the base of 10, giving a total 25% damage amp, which can really make your executioners go to that next level. One of the premier frontline engage items, Steraks Gage, is now getting a massive buff as the HP has improved as well as the attack damage it provides. But now it also gives 10% Omnivamp as well as an 80% health shield which decays over 4 seconds. This is an item that is going to make Garen so powerful. So it is sad Rageblade has been shifted to an attack speed per second rather than per attack, but now you can get the same exponential scaling with the new Flickerblade. But this has an added bonus, as every 5 attacks you're going to gain additional attack damage and ability power. This is going to be so powerful for your backline carries, as not only the speed but the damage is scaling as well. As I said earlier, Statikk Shiv is now an artifact, but you will now have the chance to really shock your enemy into submission, as this new version of the item no longer shreds, but every 3 attacks it will cast lightning that will deal 50 plus 50% of your champion's ability power to 4 enemies. So if you're able to combine this with, say, the Techie trait, which empowers your team's ability power, there is going to be some serious damage dealt. And last but by no means least is Titanic Hydra, and that's going to be the Runans of the frontline world, as attacks will deal 3% of the holder's max health and also deal 25% of their attack damage to their target and adjacent enemies. An obvious pick for maximizing this item would be Renekton in the new set, but Garen's also going to be a great pick. So that is a quick go through of the new items that are coming in the next 14.5 TFT patch. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, please let me know in the comments of any improvements I can make to these videos to make them better. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the arena.